When the rich kid who paralyzed my daughter met my father's old friend. Marcus Sterling was street racing with his girlfriend when he hit my 6-year-old daughter, leaving her paralyzed. After the accident, this trust fund brat showed zero remorse. Instead, he bragged about his connections and tried to force me to sign a liability waiver. The school principal urged me to take the money and move on. The police suggested I let it go. With nowhere else to turn, I clutched my late husband's medallion and sought out the most powerful man in the city's underground. 6 years ago, when I was 9 months pregnant, my husband died saving this man's life. He'd promised that if we ever needed help, I could bring the medallion to him. He would repay his debt. Now, with justice failing us and evil winning, I had no choice. I would become the monster to get justice for my daughter. Chapter 1. The call came at 3 p.m. Lily's teacher's voice was shaking. Mrs. Rivera, there's been an accident. Lily was hit by a car outside school. She's at St. Mary's Hospital. I dropped everything and raced to the emergency room. The doctor's words hit me like a sledgehammer. The spinal damage is severe. She'll never walk again. The driver lounged against the wall, scrolling through his phone. Marcus Sterling. I recognized him from the society pages. Old money, new attitude. So the kid's paralyzed? He shrugged. My Lamborghini's totaled. That's a $500,000 car your brat wrecked. I should be suing you. His girlfriend, a bleached blonde in designer heels, chimed in. She literally ran into the passenger side. Nearly gave me a heart attack. We should be asking for emotional damages. She thrust a document at me. But we're not heartless. Marcus will give you some money if you sign this. I scanned the waiver. It claimed Lily had been jaywalking, playing in traffic. That Marcus had simply been a good Samaritan who drove her to the hospital. Out of kindness, he was offering $50,000. My hands trembled. I threw the papers back at her. The teacher had been clear. Marcus was racing down the school zone at 90 miles per hour after a fight with his girlfriend. Lily was in the crosswalk. She'd done nothing wrong. I know exactly what happened, I said coldly. You were street racing in a school zone. Marcus's hand cracked across my face. 50 grand is more than enough for trailer trash like you. Don't push your luck. The girlfriend's voice turned syrupy sweet. Look, honey, your daughter's already paralyzed. She'll need care. Fighting us won't change that. Take the money. After all, damaged goods don't fetch much at auction, do they? I slapped her hard enough to leave a handprint. Keep that filthy mouth shut before I shut it for you. Looking at my daughter in the ICU, tubes everywhere, I couldn't understand how they could be so callous. How could they put a price tag on a child's life? Marcus kicked me while I was down. Last warning, bitch. I own this town. My uncle's the police chief, my aunt's a judge. Sign the papers or I'll destroy you. He spat on me before leaving with his girlfriend. My husband's medallion, a Celtic cross on a leather cord, broke when I fell. The beads scattered across the hospital floor. I gathered them up, sobbing. If Gabriel were still alive, no one would dare treat us like this. This medallion was all I had left of him. And perhaps it was time to use it. Chapter 2. I tried the proper channels first. But Lily's teacher, Miss Henderson, refused to testify. I'm sorry, Sarah. Marcus Sterling's family owns half this city. I can't risk my job, my mortgage. You're fighting a losing battle. If Lily hadn't been daydreaming, this wouldn't have happened. She bears some responsibility too. I stared at her in disbelief. My daughter was hit at school, and her teacher's first instinct was to cover her own ass. If you pursue this, she continued, I'll have to recommend Lily transfer schools. I can't have the Sterling family targeting our school because of one student. The security footage from that day? Mysteriously corrupted. The police? Without evidence or witnesses, there's nothing we can do. Besides, Marcus's uncle is Chief Sterling. His aunt sits on the circuit court. Save yourself the heartache. Then my mother-in-law called. Sarah, I heard about the settlement money. My son Jake needs $50,000 for his business. Since Lily won't be needing expensive dance lessons anymore. I hung up and blocked her number. Jake was my deadbeat brother-in-law. Even after Gabriel died, his family expected me to support them. I posted a reward online, asking for any witnesses to come forward. Instead, Marcus released a video that went viral. In it, he played the victim. Claimed he'd found an injured girl and rushed her to the hospital out of kindness, even paying her medical bills. Now the mother was trying to extort him. The internet mob descended. My phone exploded with death threats. Someone leaked my address, my daughter's name, even her hospital room number. Marcus called from a blocked number, like my gift. Sign the papers or things get worse. You have 24 hours. That's when I remembered what Gabriel had told me about the medallion. Chapter 3. 6 years ago, Gabriel saved a drowning man from the Chicago River. The man turned out to be Vincent Viper Moretti, head of the Moretti crime family. Gabriel had been rushing to the hospital for my delivery when he saw someone struggling in the icy water. Without hesitation, he dove in. He managed to push Vincent to safety but was too exhausted to save himself. By the time paramedics arrived, my husband was gone. Lily was born the moment her father died. Vincent visited me in the maternity ward, grief-stricken. He offered money millions but I refused. Gabriel died doing what he thought was right. Money would cheapen that. Instead, Vincent gave me his medallion. If you ever need anything at all, bring this to the Moretti compound. Gabriel saved my life. I'll protect his family with mine. I'd forgotten about it until now. But as I held the broken medallion, I realized I had no other choice. The Moretti compound was a fortress on the outskirts of Chicago. The guards tried to turn me away. I looked like hell after days in the hospital. Please, I begged, holding up the medallion. Vincent Moretti gave this to me. My daughter, she needs help. The guard sneered. Lady. Mr. Moretti doesn't have time for every junkie with a sob story. What's going on here? Vincent Moretti emerged from the building, older now but still radiating power. His eyes locked onto the medallion in my hand. Sarah Rivera, he said quietly. Gabriel's widow. I fell to my knees. They paralyzed my daughter. The police won't help. The rich kid who did it is protected. Please. Gabriel saved your life. Save hers. Vincent helped me stand. Tell me everything. Chapter 4. Vincent listened in silence as I explained about Marcus Sterling, the cover-up, and my missing friend Emma Rodriguez, a law student who'd witnessed the accident and tried to help me file charges. Marcus's goons had grabbed her outside the courthouse. Sterling, Vincent muttered. New money trash. His father used to work for me before he went legitimate. He made a call. Within minutes, his network was searching for Emma. We'll find your friend, he assured me. As for Marcus Sterling, leave him to me. But when I got back to the hospital, the nurse met me with panic in her eyes. Mrs. Rivera, your daughter, someone poisoned her. 4, we caught it in time, pumped her stomach. She's stable now. My blood ran cold. Marcus had reached into the hospital itself. My phone rang. How'd you like that surprise? Marcus laughed. I told you I own this city. Cops, judges, doctors. Your kid's life is in my hands. Where's Emma? I demanded. The spick lawyer? Let's just say she's learning what happens to people who cross me. Last chance, sign the papers or next time, the doctors won't catch the poison in time. Something inside me snapped. You want war? You've got it. Vincent had been right. When the law fails, you make your own justice. Chapter 5. Vincent's men found Emma locked in a shipping container at the docks. She was bruised but alive and furious. That bastard said no one would ever find me, she spat. Said he'd let me rot. Vincent moved us to his private hospital where Lily would be safe. Then he revealed something that changed everything. Marcus's father, Tony Sterling, used to be my enforcer. He stole from me, then used that money to buy his way into legitimate society. Been playing respectable businessman ever since. Vincent smiled coldly. Time to remind him who he really is. We arrived at the Sterling mansion with a dozen of Vincent's men. Tony Sterling answered the door himself, his face draining of color when he saw Vincent. Viper. I mean, Mr. Moretti. What brings you here? Your son hurt a child under my protection, Vincent said simply. Gabriel Rivera's daughter. Tony's legs gave out. Everyone in the underworld knew that story, how Gabriel Rivera had died saving Vincent Moretti. How Vincent had sworn to protect his family. Get your son. Now. Marcus strutted in, cocky until he saw his father on his knees. Dad? What's going on? Apologize, Tony begged him. Whatever you did, apologize now. For what? Running over some nobody's kid? Marcus scoffed. Don't apologize to. Vincent's hand was around his throat before he could finish. Gabriel Rivera was worth 1,000 of you. His daughter is under my protection. Do you understand what that means? Marcus's bravado crumbled as his father explained exactly who Vincent Moretti was. What happened to people who crossed him? Record a confession, Vincent ordered. The truth. Everything. Marcus's video confession went viral within hours. The real footage from traffic cameras mysteriously appeared, showing him racing at 90 miles per hour through a school zone, hitting Lily in the crosswalk, then laughing about it. The internet turned on him instantly. His family's businesses faced boycotts. Protesters surrounded their mansion. But that was just the beginning. Chapter 6. The FBI raided the Sterling home at dawn. Turns out, Tony's legitimate fortune was built on laundered mob money, evidence that Vincent had kept all these years. Marcus was charged with attempted murder, assault, kidnapping, witness tampering, and more. His uncle, the police chief, arrested for corruption. His judge aunt, under investigation. At the trial, Marcus broke down completely. It was just a kid. Nobody important. This isn't fair. The judge, one of the few Vincent hadn't bought, gave him 25 to life. But the real justice came in prison. Word spreads fast inside. Everyone knew Marcus had hurt a child under Vincent Moretti's protection. They found him 3 weeks later. Paralyzed from the waist down. Prison accident, the report said. Fell down some stairs. Emma became our lawyer, eventually one of the best prosecutors in Chicago. She made sure every corrupt official connected to the Sterling family went down. Vincent paid for experimental surgeries in Switzerland. After 2 years of treatment, Lily took her first steps. The doctors called it miraculous. At her recovery party, Vincent formally declared Lily his goddaughter. In our world, that meant everything. She would be protected for life. Your daddy saved me, he told her. Now I save you. That's how family works. Ms. Henderson? She was fired after parents learned she'd refused to help a hit-and-run victim. She never taught again. My mother-in-law tried to reconcile when she heard about Vincent's protection. I had security escort her out. Epilogue. 5 years later, I stood in my dance studio watching Lily practice. She'd not only walked again to become a beautiful dancer. Mom, look. She executed a perfect pirouette. Do you think Daddy would be proud? He'd be amazed, baby. Emma burst through the door. Sarah. Did you see the news? They found Marcus Sterling dead in his cell. Apparently, he couldn't handle being paralyzed. I felt nothing. Just hollow satisfaction. That night, Vincent visited. We sat on my porch, watching Lily play with the other kids. Do you regret it? He asked. Becoming like us? I thought about it. When the system fails, when evil wins, what choice do we have? I'd do it again to protect her. Gabriel would understand, Vincent said. He was a good man, but he would have burned the world for you too. As Lily ran up to show us her newest dance move, I realized something. I hadn't become a monster. I'd become a mother with teeth. And in this world, sometimes that's the only way to survive. The medallion sits in my jewelry box now, rest-wrung and whole. I hope I never need it again. But if someone hurts my daughter, they'll learn what Gabriel's widow is capable of. After all, when justice is dead, revenge is all we have left. The end.